This look is awesome and I highly recommend it. So yeah. Hey guys and dolls, welcome back. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that line. Like, burn, not burn. Burn, not burn. This is my first tutorial back. I'm pretty excited to finally be making tutorials again. I can't guarantee that they're all going to be like on a regular schedule or anything. In fact, they might even be some like voiceover ones for a while just because they're easier to film like that. But I thought my first tutorial back, I wanted it to be like a live talking video, and I wanted to do like a familiar look but with a new product. So this is the Makeup Forever Naked Smoky palette. This palette's really quite cool, to be honest with you. I can do a thorough review for it in the future, but it's got some really great everyday neutrals for me, especially 13 and Combust. These are wonderful, wonderful, like best friend kind of colors. So that's what I've been wearing for the most part, is kind of just those two colors as like a go-to, just sort of, you know, frame out the eye. But I wanted to do an elevated version of that. I wanted to do pinup. I wanted to do something a little something. As always, I will have a list of products in the description bar down below. A full list of products and pictures will be at Vintageortacky.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them for me in the comment section down below. And let's go ahead and get started. Pretty simple makeup look. I thought I'd just show you guys as much of the process as possible. I did already do my brows because that just takes a long time. And what I'm doing here is I'm blending out some concealer that I use as highlight. This is the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay in the shade Fair Neutral. So I'm taking a little bit of MAC Painterly Paint Pot on a flat little concealer type brush, and I put that all over the lower portion of the lid. I don't take it all the way up into the highlight area because I already have the concealer there, and it would sort of ruin the effect of the concealer if I were to put this slightly darker eyeshadow base on top of it. And then I blend it out with a like little buffing brush. This is from Sigma. And then to set my concealer and to get me started off with my makeup eyeshadow look, I'm going to take 13 from the Naked Smoky look palette. Oh, I can't talk. Ooh, this will be fun to film. I'm going to take Combust with a brush that's like a 217 from MAC. I think this is actually a Sigma E25. They're identical, so any brush that's like that or any brush that you like for your crease will work perfectly. And I'm just rocking it in my socket line. I'm really concentrating the color in the outer portion. See, it's a bit like thicker and wider here, and it sort of narrows as it comes in towards the inner portion of the eye. That'll happen naturally when you just sort of dig it in your crease, and then I'll come back after I've sort of done the windshield wiper motions, and I'll just blend around the edge, sort of blend that into the highlight color. What I'm going to do now is take Combust again on the brush, and I'm just going to lightly sweep it on the lid. Now this is the same color that we have in the crease, but because of the way that we're applying the color, it's going to look different in our eyes. See how we still have that little illusion of a crease because we applied a lot more of the product and we worked it in and then made it a gradient. Whereas on the lid, we're just like doing a swipe, pop. It's going to be less product, it's going to lay down differently. So this is basically what I've been doing during the daytime, just something very, very understated, and just kind of throw it on just to give a little definition to the eye. But when I've been wanting to bump it up, what I've been doing is taking my e.l.f. spray and mist stuff. It's kind of like Fix Plus. Spraying it on the brush just very, very lightly, not trying to get it too concentrated on there. And then I'm going to dip it into high. And I'm going to place it just on the center of the lid. So I'm taking the brush vertically to make sure that I'm not like spreading it out too far. Just for the initial lay down at least, just sort of concentrating it in one little area. And then I'll take the back side of the brush where I didn't pick up the product, and I'll use that to blend out the edges using the brush sideways now. I might need a little bit more product. Makes it nice and frosty right there in the center of the lid, so it draws a lot of light there. A tiny bit more definition in the crease, just a little bit, not a lot. And I'm going to take Smolder, and I'm just barely going to pick up a little tiny bit of it on my 217. Almost picked up Black Market because I wasn't looking properly. And we're just going to wiggle this in the outer corner here. And then we'll blend it into the crease. Half the time I wear this without any eyeliner because I've just not been into it lately. But I wore eyeliner the other day and it felt good, so we're doing it. Thin line to define the eye using Kat Von D's Trooper liner. I start out with a thin liner, or thin line of the liner coming out from the inner tear duct, and then what I'll do is I will flick it out right here and tuck it back in to meet the line that I had coming from the inside. And then I'll fill it in. Just extend that a little bit. Sometimes I just like to thicken it up a bit, especially after I've done the other side and discovered that I need to. I now have my full face of makeup on. I went ahead and cut this from the main part of the tutorial just for time, because it's time consuming to make all of this happen. So I will go ahead and have a link right here if you guys want to check out the bonus video of me applying my foundation. And if you're not interested, we'll just proceed to the false lashes. I am using some amazing false lashes from House of Lashes. These are called Pixie Luxe. They're some of my all-time favorite lashes. They're thick, they're full, they're very like curvaceous. Oh yes, how about we do? So I put a little lash glue on them, also the House of Lashes lash glue in the black holographic because it looks pretty. There's really no other or better reason. And I'm having a little bit trouble placing them. I say as like boom, they pop into place. These lashes are a little bit longer than what I normally will wear. I'll usually cut them down a little bit, but I'm just feeling like a full lash experience today. So when you're wearing like crazy false lashes, of course, you want to try not to get the mascara on your lashes, but typically the way that it looks best is to apply the lashes and then put your mascara on top. It's kind of like a catch-22. So what I like to do is use a little tiny mascara one. This one's from Clinique. It's called Lash Power. It is one of the tubing style mascaras. It's fabulous. So I try to like really carefully go in and just coat my natural lashes with it as close to the root as I can get it without actually poking myself in the eye. And if I do get a little bit in the false lashes, just take a little mascara comb like this. This is a metal tooth one I have from Royal and Langnickel, and just brush the mascara out of the falsies. Okay, so I just tried this with like a glossy look, which was fine, but I really kind of feel like this needs like a deep red lip. Just how I'm feeling. So if you want to see like just the glossy look, you can go ahead and check out my website, Vintageortacky.com. If you would like to see the red lip, here we go. This is Dahlia by Pretty Zombie Cosmetics. It's a amazing liquid lipstick. And I just kind of smearing it on the inner parts of my lips at first. To clean up the edges, I'm grabbing a lip brush from, this is a Wayne Goss one, it really doesn't matter, whatever one tickled your pickle. And I'm going to get a lot closer to my mirror to do this. Simply line out the lips. Okay, so I go ahead and line it out. This is a detailed process, which is why I'm not talking during this. It just takes a while to line it all out and get it straight, especially since I have an uneven lip line. If you have a more even lip line, this might be easier for you, but for those of you who have a less even lip line, I think that liquid lipsticks are great because they kind of force you to use a brush and be a little more precise with it. Once I have the lipstick on all over, I will go ahead and take a little bit of face powder. Oh, and I actually noticed that I missed a spot, so I went ahead and went in with my brush. This is a Wayne Goss 7, and I like it because it's so thin that you can almost use it dead on. It's like just like a feather, or like a, you know, just like the tiniest little impression is left on the lip. It's great. Anyway, so I went ahead and refilled that in, and then I put on the powder. This will sort of protect the borders of your lips and stop the lipstick from bleeding out if you are prone to that, which I am due to my lip scar and just general mush mouth when I talk, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and remove a substantial part of that from the center. See, it stains my lips pretty good. And then I'm going to take Ruby Woo from MAC. I'm going to slide that to the center of the lip. Rub them together a little bit. And you still get like a pop of intense red in the center, which makes the lips look so much fuller and gives them this great dimension. And this lipstick actually makes Ruby Woo makes Ruby Woo a little bit creamier, because we all know it's a little bit of a, like, it's like a crayon of a lipstick, really. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had so much fun creating this for you. This is my first tutorial in a very long time, so it's just kind of nice to play with some new products but do a familiar look pinup. Oh my god, I always love it. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful. See you in my next video.